The number of Facebook profiles of people who have died may exceed the number of living profiles in just 50 years only. According to a new study, the social network could become the keeper of a significant part of humanity's history. The dead will one day take over Facebook in 50 years, if not sooner. There will be likely more profiles of deceased people than of living users on the social network. Facebook will turn into a digital cemetery in the next 50 years, but none of us wonder about the fate of those Facebook accounts whose owners have died, or about the fate of those huge amount of data gathered from the accounts about the deceased owners. Well, this is what we will try to explain in this video. Oxford Institute report on the digital cemetery. A new report prepared by a group of academics from the Oxford Internet Institute revealed that the world's most popular social networking site, Facebook, will become a digital cemetery within the next 50 years only. Some forecasts confirm that by 2070, the number of dead Facebook users will exceed the number of living users. And to clarify more what it will be in the future, the new report prepared by the Oxford Internet Institute clarified two possible scenarios. The first scenario assumes that there would never be any people registered on the social network again, starting in 2018, while the second scenario assumes that the Facebook continues to grow at its current rate, which is 13% every year globally. The result of the first scenario were as follows: at least 1.4 billion of the 2.3 billion users, or about 61% of the total number of users, would die before 2100. The numbers of dead Facebook users will exceed the number of living Facebook users by the year 2070. As for the second scenario, even if Facebook continues to grow at the current rate, the number of deceased users may reach 4.9 billion before the end of this century. That means in both cases there will be a tremendous number of accounts whose owners had gone. Experts warns of the danger of a digital cemetery. A group of academics cautioned against these potential scenarios, as the academics considered that this trend could have a serious implication on how we deal with our digital heritage in the future. Carol Othman, one of the academics who prepared the report, had said these statistics raise a new and difficult questions about who has the right to all this data and how they should be managed in a way that serves the interests of the family of the deceased user. Othman said, at the social level, we have just started asking the questions and we have a long way to go. He continued his speech explaining that the management of the digital carcasses will ultimately affect every person who uses the social media application, because one day we will all leave our data, but the total profiles of the deceased users will become a big part of our global digital heritage. Facebook, which also owns Instagram and WhatsApp, is the largest social networking platform in the world, and this social network also contains an established system. When a user dies, an old contact copy takes control of his or her account and turns it into a memorial space instead of an active profile. Facebook recently said that more than 30 million people view and check memorial profiles on the platform every month. So, are you ready to transfer your data that Facebook and other sites collect about you to the digital cemetery after your death, and in the future time, it will turn into a data for understanding the past? Thank you for watching.